You've described your spirituality as inexplicable. I think you sent a letter to the Pope, I
I did.
read,
I
and
did.
I'm not sure that the even after pondering it for several moments, I understand what you mean by my spirituality is inexplicable. What does that mean?
Well, there's a battle. You know, there's a battle. There's a battle because I go to Rutgers football games and basketball games, and I'm always praying that they win. And they go to the Rose Bowl. And then on the other hand, uh, there's a reality and there's not the reality. So inexplicable means you can't explain it, and it's not to be explained. And because we live in this world now of AI, and AI is a scary thing, and it's a good thing. But we live in that world, and I think our attachments to spirituality gets less and less when we have AI helping us. So I've been calling all this stuff inexplicable because it is, and it's hard to define. And I come running in with all these things happen to me, sometimes almost daily. Something I'm involved with the numbers 444 and 111, long stories, and they're powerful numbers. They're actually tied into some Catholic teachings, so I was told, and that's how spirits communicate with me. They'd let me see 444, 111. So it's really hard. I know there are things beyond, beyond us. We think this is the end all. It ain't. At least in my world. So, I'm stuttering now because I'm filled with so much emotion about this. It inexplicable simply means it can't be explained, and that's why I wrote the Pope. I wanted to say these are inexplicable. Maybe you can help me, because there's so many more of these things that inexplicable defies what is in our normal understanding in our normal world.
So I guess understanding that now, Calvin, I'm certain that you've tried to rationalize your experiences. Most human beings would. Is it enough just to surrender to not needing to know the answers? Is inexplicable just fine, or are you still seeking guidance? Maybe the Pope won't write you back. I don't know. Maybe he will. But is it okay just to go on understanding that you have become spiritual? You can't explain it, and there's no need to rationalize it or explain any deeper meaning. It's just okay being what it is.
Wow. Um, that's a battle, you know, that's a battle. Yes, I want to accept it. And B, what does it all mean? And C, some of the things are so, and I sometimes I talk out loud, especially when I know my wife is shopping and I'm alone. I talk out loud. What does it all mean? And sometimes I see things. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", and sometimes I get all teary. It's so powerful.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. You're asking the same question that our Neanderthal cousins asked 62,000 years ago. Every human that's ever looked up at the night sky or taken the time to spend 5 minutes just with themselves being mindful, they've all asked the same thing. What's this all about? What are we doing here? Why? Where did it start? Where does it end? That's the most human thing that can happen. But I think humans have been disconnected with that because we don't take the 5 minutes. We can't look at the night sky anymore. Man, you're a Jersey guy. Tell me if you can step outside and see the Milky Way. You can't do it. Early humans used to be able to do that. And we spent a lot more time thinking about what does all this mean? Stumbling upon moments that defy logic and that feel spiritual but are unexplainable. We've lost that, and that's what I hope that we can learn to bring back into our lives that will be very healing for humanity.